So once two-factor authentication is on your account, it can either be set up as optional or it can be set up as required to require every user to set up two-factor authentication. So in the situation where it's optional, every user is going to go over to Account under their name. They'll go over to Other Settings, click Second Factor Authentication, and they'll use their app directly inside of Google Authenticator or Authy or any similar app, and they'll be able to scan that in, and they'll go ahead and type in that two-factor authentication code that they see on their phone, and they can verify that way. You can also do this through text message, through SMS, but some firms prefer not to use SMS since text messages are easier to intercept. But as you can see, we're all set up with two-factor authentication. And now, if we had another account, if we signed out and we had another account that did not have two-factor authentication on once we made it required, and they were a previously existing account, what they would do is they would sign in with their usual password, and they would see the authenticator barcode here, and they'd be able to enter that directly here. So they'd be prompted to sign up for two-factor authentication right after the password process, and then they'd be able to proceed into their account. But they would need to set up that two-factor authentication before they were able to move over to their workflows. Now, if you do have builder users who are set up with SSO, those users would need to use the two-factor authentication that exists within your primary app, within your primary user management application, and they wouldn't be using the two-factor authentication that exists here, which is meant for users who are signing in with a login, email, and password, for example, end users who are not within your own firm.